Hello everyone and welcome to the Government Affairs Videocast. I am Brad Ward.
And I am Brian Westron.
You may have noticed in this edition we are foregoing a centerpiece and instead wearing these lovely ties that were so generously provided by Mr. Carl Kaminsky. Carl was a very dear friend and board member who recently passed, so we felt it only appropriate that since he provided us with these ties that this would be a great venue in which to highlight them. So
absolutely, and Carl's known around this office as for his unparalleled generosity, and he will be dearly missed.
Definitely missed. Turning our attention to some policy issues in Washington, D.C., if you haven't heard already, there are tax reform proposals on the table. Thank you to everyone who has already responded to the call for action going out from Michigan Realtors and the National Association of Realtors. It's imperative that right now Congress hears the voice of all of the realtors here in Michigan and throughout the nation. Both tax proposals, though they are different, both have significant consequences for real estate. The simplification of the tax code is an admirable goal overall. Tax reform, I think both parties agree needs to happen. There are some aspects of this bill that will significantly impact homeowners in a negative way. The elimination or the shrinking of the mortgage interest deduction and who can use that, the shrinking of who will be able to utilize the deduction for state and local property taxes, along with the change in the $250,000 exemption on the gain of the sale for your principal residence. It impacts property values negatively and will probably have consequences in terms of first-time home buyers being able to move up. In the case of the exemption of the $250,000 in gain, that is currently, it's a 2-year requirement that you live in the home. This would extend it out in both plans to 5 years. So you have a first-time home buyer that, if they experience some significant gain on the sale of that property, their property has grown in value, they might think twice about moving within a couple years. So, those are important aspects of this. The link is provided below. Be sure to click on that. That will take you to the call for action. Right now, all million-plus realtors from around the nation need to be heard.
Absolutely. And on the topic of first-time homes, the Michigan Senate has recently voted in Senate Finance Committee to support Michigan Realtors spearheaded legislation creating a first-time homebuyer savings account. Now, the first-time homebuyer savings account is geared towards 3 specific areas. Obviously, promoting home ownership that's rooted in Michigan. Obviously, retention of talent, keeping our other college students that have been leaving the state, keeping them here and rooting in Michigan, and also financial literacy, because the definition of a first-time home buyer is anybody who has not owned a principal residence in Michigan in the preceding 3 years. So if there are individuals who either because of the economic downturn had lost their home, this provides a vehicle for them to start saving over the course of 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, up to 20 years of deductibility. So the deduction on this is for a individual filing, you would have up to $5,000 on your state income taxes, and for a married filing jointly, you would have up to $10,000 on your state income taxes, and that's on your contributions. The other incentive is that this account grows tax-free. So you can start this out whether you're a parent, grandparent, guardian, or an individual who just wants to start saving for themselves. You can start one of these accounts so long as we can push this through the legislative process. It's made it through the first step, which is the Senate Finance Committee. It was voted out unanimously. It will be probably getting on the Senate floor here very shortly, and we will be having a campaign in support of this, so you'll be hearing more about that very soon. Yeah,
legislature is out for the next 2 weeks for a break for Thanksgiving, and we're looking forward to action right when they get back in. So we still have a little bit of ways to go through the legislature, but when this is signed, realtors are going to be great ambassadors for this program to spread the word about the availability, to start people saving or getting in the mindset of saving for that first home or for their child's first home. So really exciting opportunities coming up here in Michigan. Again, make sure you click on that link. We're going to keep you up to date as far as the tax reform proposals. Please take action. We'll also be checking in further with you on the first-time home buyer savings account. And with all that being said, I'm Brad Ward.
And I'm Brian Westron.
Farewell.